Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, First Community Financial Bank, the community bank where you come first. You're watching Spotlight, and with me today in studio are Paul Pisani and Mark Kirstein, founders of DuPage Valley Special Athletics. So welcome, this is your first time with us.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Thank you.
We are excited that you're here. So let's start out. What is DuPage Valley Special Athletics?
DuPage Valley Special Athletics is an organization that we founded 2 years ago for young adults who wanted to play sports, wanted to be involved, wanted to give them opportunity to play sports in a competitive nature where they could do what they wanted to do, be part of a team, socialize, and give some of our young athletes with special needs an opportunity to grow as individuals.
And just be part of it, be part of the team. Now, why did you start it? You have a personal story, so share your personal story if you would.
Yeah, well, both of us have sons that have special needs, developmental disabilities, and there's just not a lot of opportunities out there to compete and to participate on a year-round basis, especially as you think about they're both 18, growing into adulthood. So we were looking for, how do you do this? Well, if you want to grow socialization with a healthy habit, healthy habits for life, what a better way than through athletics? So we thought we'd start a program. We also then said, well, what could we do? Let's not compete with high schools. Let's not compete with other organizations that are around like WDSRA. They're good. Let's look for programs that don't exist. So
Nice.
we found things like flag football, skiing, running, things that you can do as an adult, things that create socialization, build an opportunity for healthy habits and competition.
I think that's lovely. I love the fact that you looked for things that weren't already being offered instead of duplicating. You're really looking for things. Now, had you guys always known each other? Did you meet each other through your sons? How did you guys get together and found this organization?
Well, I mean, ironically, Mark and I were neighbors in South Naperville. So I've known Mark for
10 years ago or so, 12 years ago.
Our sons went to the same elementary school, and both were on the athletic side, both liked to play, but as teams developed and things like that, our children kind of, weren't left behind, but there wasn't more opportunity for them to compete. So we tried to continue, doing what we can do with them, and we just kind of grow from there.
Yeah, these guys moved to Canada, and him and his wife Kish started a ski club up there, saw how powerful it can be to see your kids succeed. Then they moved back, we connected, and we thought, well, let's just see if we can grow this in Naperville. And
That's wonderful. Now, is there a starting age? You talked a little bit, because I think that was interesting, that you talked about beyond high school. So what age of service of students are you sort of servicing?
Most of our athletes are in high school and a few years out of high school, and that's mainly because that's our son's age and that's their peer group.
Okay.
Right now, but we certainly will welcome athletes of any ages to our club, and I think the idea, and Mark would agree, is that this isn't going to be an end point. I mean, we need to, our kids will fall off the map after high school.
Yeah.
Other kids move on, go to college, do other things, and our children are going to be looking for opportunities to grow and to socialize.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say socialize. I mean, if you think about it, what do you do as an adult, right? You go to work and then you socialize with friends and you compete, or however you want to stay active in the community. We hope that this grows as a way. We'll certainly offer it for younger individuals, but we really hope that this provides something when they're 25, 30 years old. You can still run, you can still walk, you can still play flag football, and you can still bowl and ski.
Yeah.
So this is a way for people that maybe have different abilities, not necessarily disabilities, but different abilities to participate.
I think that's great. I think the whole idea of beyond the high school and into those years, there's oftentimes we do a lot of focus on children.
Correct.
But then children grow, and what comes after that,
Right.
and that whole socialization.
We didn't start with youth because there's plenty of programs for that right
Sure.
now as well. There's not enough for 18-year-olds and above.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned a few of the sports. Tell us specifically what sports you offer in your program.
One of the most popular sports we offer is unified soccer, which actually I think is one of the future of special needs athletics. So unified soccer is you have 5 players on the field, 3 special needs athletes, 2 peers. So the peers actually get involved in playing, and it's very competitive, and it's fun for everybody, and they get the socialization of it, and they all work together as a team. We actually started at this fall, and we had 3 teams. We had 35 athletes competing, peers and athletes, and it's a great way for the community to realize that the special needs kids are just like they are.
Yes.
They get to know them, they get to work with them, they get to see how they grow and develop, and I think that's very cool. So we do the soccer. We have downhill skiing, which was the first sport that we offered, alpine skiing. Mark started a running club, so we're having a running club. We're going to do a couch to 5K. We do a spirit squad. So for some of the kids who aren't real strong athletically but want to participate, they become our cheerleaders. They come out and cheer for us, yes. And then flag football. We have a bunch of guys who like to play flag football, and I would like to point out that 2 of our top players are women on flag football.
Great, of course. Why not?
Absolutely.
They're spectacular athletes. They're spectacular athletes, and that's one thing we have males and females competing on the field at the same time, and it's good for everybody.
Again, back to that socialization too, and that integration. That's terrific. Now, who coaches the teams?
Our coaches are run through Special Olympics. They are certified by the state of Illinois Special Olympic coaches, and they're all volunteers, and they're dads and their moms.
That's great, which is how it is in many youth sports.
Right.
So that's a wonderful thing, and a good opportunity for that bonding, that parent-child bonding, as well as the other socialization. Now, is there a cost for it?
We try to limit it, but
Okay.
we do charge $45 to $50. It pretty much covers the cost of a T-shirt, maybe a couple other things like a party or something like that. But we're trying to keep it not to be cost prohibitive for anybody. Volunteer-run organization. We ask the parents to participate as coaches, or however they can.
That's
to keep costs
wonderful.
down as
Very
best we can.
reasonable. At the price of sports today, that's an incredibly
That's our goal.
reasonable deal. Yes, yes.
That's our goal.
So now, if people wanted to get involved with DVSA, how would they do it?
Easiest way is to go to our website, dvspecialathletes.org.
Okay.
We've got a contact us site link on there. We've got, if you wanted to register, there's also a registration link on there. And then, myself, Paul, or one of our board members will get back to the individuals as to how they can participate. And that's if you want to be an athlete, if you want to be a peer to assist with either coaching or playing, or if you want to be a volunteer.
Okay, so lots of ways that the community can not only engage your services, but also get engaged with your services.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Now, as you kind of look, because you're a young organization starting out, which we're super glad that you came by to tell us about it, where do you see it going? What are your goals? Where do you want to see yourself in a few years?
Well, hopefully we'll continue to grow. We've mentioned it a couple of times. We see ourselves being an organization that continues to offer sports that aren't offered by others, primarily growing into adulthood for the opportunity for both athletics but healthy habits and socialization for a reason for kids to come together. We perhaps could see it growing into even more social things, a bowling league or something like that. I mean, the bottom line is just people with needs just don't have enough to do right now in the community. And so if we can use athletics and healthy habits as a way to grow that and offer this to many, many individuals, we'll grow as much as we can as long as we have the parent and volunteer support.
That's wonderful. Well, and obviously you guys, just the two of you, have been able to make a really good start at it. And I would think that there'll be a lot of people that will want to come alongside that. So
We hope so. We hope so.
That's terrific. Well, thank you for coming by. And if you would like to join Paul and Mark and help provide sports opportunities for athletes with special needs, please visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have more Spotlight. So stay with us.